to think that these were going to be the ones that I was going to bring.
Oh, shit.
Today, we are opening up the most expensive pair of boots I have ever bought in my entire lifetime.
No idea.
What's up, everybody? It's been a while since we've done that.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode here on the No Idea YouTube channel. Today we are looking at the Crispi Guide GTX boots that Adam bought for our upcoming Hunt of a Lifetime elk trip this October. And we are so excited. Now these boots, let's see here, what do we got? Non-insulated. And again, these are going to be Adam's boots. I will review my boots later on this channel as well. We really want to make this very clear about this one. You all right?
Yeah, I'm going to make it.
This is not a review. The review will come after we actually wear these boots and use these boots. This is just an unboxing, first impressions. I don't trust anybody that does a review without actually using the product. What does it smell like?
They smell expensive.
Ooh. Now, I haven't seen these. I have a different pair of Crispies, so I'm really kind of excited to see these. So
Purchase came down to an insane amount of hours of watching reviews, looking at stuff, talking to people. But I think the most helpful was talking to the people that go to Montana, go out west, Flatlanders especially going out west. Tried on 3 different pair and settled on these.
you unveil them. The unboxing. Look at that.
Boom.
Woo! Oh my God,
They look like boots.
Pretty. What size? Okay, so these are these 10 inch? 8
Yep,
inch?
10 inch. 11 and a halves are my foot size. Pretty true to size. My foot is a true 11 and a half. I tried them on. I tried an 11. I tried a 12. Tried the 11 and a half and the 11 and a half with the right socks because I'm probably going to end up wearing merino socks, which we'll cover later.
Crispies are made in Italy. How much are these?
Well, you're going to be pushing around $5.
$5 bills. $5 bills. But they say probably the number one piece of equipment that you really should invest in when you go out west hunting is
Boots. I mean, what
footwear.
every person that we talked to that went out west said it was always footwear.
Okay.
Footwear.
You chose these because for you said you were concerned about the 10 inch, but then also you wanted something super stiff, right?
Yeah. What's weird is so I went into this thinking, okay, I'll go for stiff, but this is it's gonna weigh a ton, right? They're very light. Yeah. I mean, considering what it looks like, this is very light to the feel of it, and when it's on your foot. But the biggest thing is, we're not just hiking; we're side hilling. We're gonna be side hilling on boulders, small boulders, large rocks, things like that. And the way it was described is when your foot hits on the edge of a rock, unlike mountain climbing where you want it to kind of grip, this is where you want a solid platform. So there's not going to be much. There's a little flex in the toe. As far as when you try to go the other way, there's no flex in these. So it feels like when you put these on, it feels like you're walking in a ski boot.
Because the idea is when you're walking over the rocks and the boulders, you don't even want to feel it.
You don't want to feel it. You want to feel more flat, but you want that support. So when you're on the edge and you're side hilling especially, but at the same time, when they're on your feet, they feel like a light running shoe.
Yeah. What really sold you on the Crispi one?
It really came down to Kenetrek and Crispi. Honestly, it was putting the two on within a matter of 5 minutes of each other, walking around a little bit. Kenetrek felt great too, but they just felt a little bigger.
Yep.
Where it's a bigger boot. The footprint, no pun intended, is bigger on these boots. But it felt like a smaller boot on the foot, and that's what sold me.
What I noticed about these is pretty aggressive tread, right? Because you and I want to make sure that we're not slipping, rolling ankles, right, when we're packing out that elk. But the other thing, too, is these are really versatile. Depending on the sock you wear, you could easily wear these here in Wisconsin if you're out bow hunting, even deer hunting on a nice warm or warmer, right, gun deer season.
There's very few advantages I think that Flatlanders from the Midwest get when going out west, but I think one of the things that we have is that we're used to sitting in late November, 12 hours in 10-degree weather. I would rather adjust my socks, adjust the layers that way, especially because we know that the style of hunting that we're probably going to be doing is a lot less glassing and more stalking, a lot less glassing and more exploring. I decided to go, because also us Flatlanders in the Midwest, we know that the difference between non-insulated and 200 or 300 grams of insulation that's nothing. Yeah. That's just a good pair of socks.
You could get a good pair of socks, exactly. So that's why we both chose non-insulated for both our boots. What is your plan between now and October? Because the next big thing is people say you have to break these puppies in. So
yeah, the obvious thing is like throwing a backpack on with weight in it and go hiking. I got a really nice hiking spot that's literally 50 yards away from me. The break-in period is really important, and what the salesman and other reviews have said is you're not actually necessarily as much breaking this boot in as you're getting used to the boot. You're getting you're breaking your body in a little more to the boot. That is another thing over Kenetrek that I guess that sold me on everything that I read, everything that I saw, and everybody else's reviews was that Kenetrek required a little more breaking in than Crispi was a little bit more ready to go. Again, that doesn't mean that this is ready to go. It doesn't mean my feet are ready to go. So I do have to get ready for that. I do have a riding lawnmower, but I plan on starting to mow my lawn with these.
Mow your lawn. All right. So again, this is not a review. This is just first impressions. I love the look of them. I'm kind of biased because I already have a Crispi boot that we're going to review as well that I'm going to be using for Montana. But I really like the likes of them, like the weight of them, like the tread, how aggressive they are. What about you, Adam? Are they worth it?
Today they're just kind of an expensive boot, but I'll tell you what, if my feet are happy after 70 miles, then these are a cheap boot.
They're a cheap boot, yeah.
I mean, between hiking and mowing and anything else where I can get these on my feet and just walking, I'm also going to put the weatherproofing conditioning cream. These are kind of what I call my training socks. Going alpaca for right now because it's summer, and alpaca is better for the summer. Yeah. And then I'll spend a little coin on some socks come October.
Okay. So. Adam's going to put a ton of miles on these between now and October. After Montana, we'll come back on our channel and we'll tell you if they are worth the money and if we'd buy them again. If you've worn Crispi boots before, or if you have Crispi boots, or if you have a different kind of boot that you use when you go out hunting either in the Midwest or even out west, we love to hear your thoughts and your suggestions as well. So why don't you throw a comment down below telling us what you like, what you use as well. If you haven't already subscribed, we'd love for you to subscribe. This is kind of our journey to our elk hunt this fall in October. We've had podcasts already talking about it, and we're going to continue to review.
Backpacks coming.
Yeah, backpacks.
I got a scope to buy.
Yep.
That's like my next thing on my list.
Shit.
There's a lot of stuff coming, so make sure you subscribe.
Binos.
It's going to be fun. Come along.
Okay.
Good talk.
See you out there.
No.